What's up everyone, this is Gaming Alex's Zone, and today I have a bit of an announcement trailer to basically put out there for not only my viewers watching this video, but also to many of my friends who I messaged in a group chat about a event that I'd like to host, hopefully in December. So sit back, relax, I'll try to make this as quick as possible so you guys aren't here forever, and everyone gets to find out what's going to be happening, both you and many of the viewers out there. So if you're a viewer, sit back, relax, and listen to what's going to be going on. If you're one of my friends, then be prepared for some information to talk about. So, what is this event? Right now, there's currently no date other than the fact that I'm probably going to be doing it sometime either after Christmas, before New Year's, or even before Christmas. I haven't exactly decided yet, but let me know if a date around that time would work best. Hopefully that will kind of work. If not, I can try and figure out something either later, but it definitely has to be before New Year's if possible. So we're going to try and do that. Getting into this event, this is a Dark Souls Versus challenge. Basically, I need either the following to happen for this. We're going to be doing team challenges for this, so there's going to be either 2 people with 2 teams, or there's going to be 3 people in 2 teams. This really just comes down to how many people are going to be interested in wanting to participate in this event. And basically, if I can't get at least 5 people to participate in this event, I will not be doing this event. It just won't happen. I'm not going to go any further. I won't even change it to be something smaller. It just literally won't happen. So getting into what this is going to be about. So right now, everything that I'm about to mention is currently in kind of an idea stage. I'm open to any changes for this, whether it's from viewers, whether it's from my friends watching, whether it's from anything at all. I'm open to ideas. So this is just my opinion on this right now, and if we want to change it, we can. So the first thing first is that my goal is to do all 3 Dark Souls games. Separated it into 2 teams, and then we're gonna have one person kind of viewing the stream, making sure that everything is, working okay, all the teams are following everything, all the rulings are working and stuff like that. I'll get into that in a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about the game scenarios first. So basically, right now I figured let's do all 3 Dark Souls. Let's see which team can beat all 3 Dark Souls the quickest. Games can be done in any specific order. A person can run a game entirely. They can run the whole thing if they want, or if they want to just split it up into sections. If they wanted to take turns in multitudes of it, they can do it like that. On top of this, there's also the idea of maybe we don't have to do all 3 games. Maybe if we wanted to, we can just do the first game, the second game, and the third game independently. If we do it like that, I think we should probably do the DLCs with it, because that's just going to be going straight forward. If we do all 3 games in a complete order, I don't want to do the DLCs. That'd be too long. Maybe we only want to do 2 games. I'm not going to be doing item randomizers, boss randomizers, enemy randomizers. No randomizers in this, no mods in this. It's just going to be the simple vanilla games. On top of this, there's going to be no variations. So in this case, we can't have... and I'm taking this as far as Dark Souls 3 as well, because there is some subtle changes with this. Like Dark Souls 2, one team cannot be running vanilla while the other team runs Scholar of the First Sin. They either have to be both Scholar of the First Sin or both vanilla. This is fine. I own Dark Souls 3, I think, on every freaking console computer system right now, so I don't think we'd have to worry about that. So... on top of that, we can also do just 2 games in the series. Again, probably wouldn't do DLCs with that. I'm not going to be switching it over to Demon Souls. I'm not going to be switching it over to Bloodborne. It's just going to be specifically Dark Souls. So this is where getting into the teams is going to work. So if we do have 2 teams of 3, that's going to be great. I'm going to need at least one other person to kind of be like the viewer to the stream, making sure that everything works fine. I have an idea of who could probably do that, and I'll kind of voice my opinion on it as going along. But for right now, I don't see us having everyone participate in this, judging by past things. But if we could, that'd be awesome. That would change this scenario greatly. But I could see us having 2 teams of 2, and of course one person overseeing everything again, and if not, then I don't really care about that, but that would be nice. So basically, who's ever divided into teams, we'd separate this randomly, and I'd separate this randomly. Before, I used to do it based on skills. You know, if a team had at least the same teaming group of skills played throughout both games or all 3 games or something, it made it a lot more even. This time around, it's just going to be completely random. So that could have a ton of stuff going into it. And this is where overseeing the event comes into part. I think 2 people should be nominated for this most. I'm going to say myself. And I say that because right now, out of everyone that would be participating in this, doing Dark Souls 1 is going to be extremely easy for me, whose ever team I'd be on, because I speedrun the game. And now, I'm not saying that nobody else could easily do this, but I would be at a huge advantage on whose ever team I'd be doing that, so I'd be better off just kind of overseeing the event. The other person would be Dagon, and the reason I say that is because he is the only other person that knows how to work a lot of the equipment I have, and is also one person that has not finished Dark Souls 3, and I don't think he's played Scholar for the First Sin, so this would be kind of difficult for that, especially just throwing someone on there. Everyone else has, at least as far as I know, completed any of the 3 Dark Souls games. So this is really kind of important to talk about. Actually, I think Christian hasn't played the vanilla version. That's fine. I think we're probably going to stick with Scholar of First Sin. It really depends on what you guys want to do with that. I'm leaving complete game control up to you guys and going from there. But yeah, those are the 2 people who I think be best for that situation, but that's just me saying that. If possible, we don't even have to worry about it at all. Or the third option is that we just have people rotating in and out. In this case, you know, if we have 2 teams of 2, this would be kind of odd because it would only be 1 person playing. But have 1 person playing the game and have 2 people kind of commentating over the reaction, just kind of keeping up with the stream and stuff like that, and then eventually rotating out and just keep doing this back and forth. I can do it like that. That way everyone's kind of fair with stuff, and that way everyone's participating. Or we can just have 1 person kind of overseeing everything in and of itself. I'm completely fine with any option we want to choose from there, but I figured to just kind of point that out. So moving on, we have rules. There is a few rules that I do want to talk about, but I don't really have them listed just yet, so I'm not going to go into details, but I think we should have a couple of minor rules to go with. That'll be something to talk about later. On top of that, how we're going to play the game is pretty straightforward. Basically, go through the game as quick as you possibly can, using any forms of exploits, any forms of bugging the game out, glitches, anything you want, any way you want, as long as you're beating the game in the quickest possible time, and going from there. So obviously the only thing that you couldn't use is direct cheats, which shouldn't have options to anyway. And last but not least is talking a little bit about the winning and losing variations of this. So I'm trying to do this as a competition for us to really get to enjoy. This being that, of course, a winning team is going to have a really great reward, and the losing team is going to have not such a great reward, but a reward for the future. So let me talk about the winning team first. So the winning team gets an item from the losing team, and this item is, right now, this is my idea for it. We can change this, but I feel like this would be fun. So the losing team has to buy the winning team any one item they want from GameStop, with the exception that it can't be extremely expensive. If we're doing 2 teams of 3, then we could talk about this being a bit more. However, if it's 2 teams of 2, I don't want that to be too crazy. And I feel like this would be a great setting and a fun reward for players for this, but that's just my idea on it. Now, the losing team, of course, having to pay for a winning team reward, does get the advantage of being able to having a rematch next year when we would do this event, or if we wanted to do this event again. They would be able to choose the game, whether or not they want to have a rematch of the Dark Souls game, or whether or not they want to move it from May, because we'd probably do this in May, or move it from May to December again, so that would be a year out. The losing team gets to decide what game that we would be playing. So if it's a rematch, then we just do the exact same thing again. However, this time the winning team would have a different reward. The losing team would then get to pick the next competition's winning reward. So you could do that. If we're doing a different game, I do want to state that it should be a game that is less than at least 24 hours, mostly at most 18 hours. And it also has to be a game that it has to be a game that all of us have at least played and have at least potentially beaten or have seen all the way through. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to have a clear advantage for a team that's maybe played through an entirety of something over another. So going into that would be kind of difficult. But I just wanted to point that out there. We can talk more about that, of course, in the future as well. But that's kind of the idea of how that would work. And of course, future leadings onto this. Obviously, I need to know a couple things. One, I'm going to need to know everyone's answer, and I can't take, like, I won't know or maybe. I need an either definitive yes, I'll participate in this event, or no, I'm not going to participate in this event. And I'm going to need to know this by at least Thanksgiving, because I'd like to be able to form teams and have teams collaborate on what they need to do, have them practice, have them decide ideas of where they're going to route and stuff like that. And I need to know that so that everyone has a fighting chance. So please make sure that if you do want to participate in the event, that I do get a direct answer of yes or no. And of course, I need at least 4, but mostly 5 people to do this event alone. If everyone participates, then we'll do the 2 teams of 3, but it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think in either comments or well, if you're a viewer, let me know down with the comments. If you're one of my friends viewing this, right back in the group chat and let me know what's going on. Any type of change going for this event, I'm completely open for it, and we can kind of decide on a group from there. So hopefully this is going to be interesting. I'd really like to kind of pull this off because I think it would be a very fun experience, but seeing how previous events have been kind of chaotic to organize, I don't know, and I'm hoping that this would be a lot of fun. So I don't have any exact backup idea of an event, so I might not even post an event at all, and if anything, I'll probably just stream myself for said amount of hours, but who knows. We'll go from there. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and hopefully this will all work out and be a really fun, enjoyable challenge. All right, thanks.